We are submitting a petition for splitting Kiambu County and the creation of Thika County, which will include Thika, Ruiru, Juja, Gatundu North, and Gatundu South, pursuant to Article 119, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 3 of the Petitions to Parliament Procedure Act 2012, and pursuant to Article 188 of the Constitution. We join Kenyans from across the country in recognizing and applauding the Senate for passing the County Boundaries Bill 2023, which sets the structured approach for the long-awaited process of county boundaries review. As we mark 16 years of our 2010 Constitution and 13 years of devolution, we join other leaders across the country in reflecting on the achievements gained and challenges of the Constitution. After 16 years of implementation, the time is right for amendment that will right the wrongs, especially of social justice, of the vast and populous counties. We also want to join Kenyans in other counties, especially the populous counties such as Kiambu, Nakuru, and Kakamega, in calling for the creation of additional counties to enable Kenyans realizing the promise of devolution, equity, inclusivity, public participation, and realization of social justice. In doing so, we will be committing to righting the wrongs, omissions, and oversights that were made in the adoption of the 2010 Constitution. Devolution was meant to achieve, among others, recognize the right of communities to manage their own affairs and to further their development, protect and promote the interests and rights of minorities and marginalized communities, and to ensure equitable sharing of national and local resources. Article 188 of the 2010 Constitution gives a roadmap for the creation of additional counties. And towards this end, we would like to commend the efforts of the National Senate for passing the Counties Boundaries Bill 2023 last year. Today, we enter the second phase of the process of petitioning Senate for the splitting of Kiambu County and the creation of a separate Thika County. The first phase culminated in the presentation of the memorandum to the NADCO, the National Dialogues Committee, on the 2nd of October 2023 at Bomas of Kenya. The new proposed county will include constituencies from the former larger Thika district, being Thika Town constituency, Juja constituency, Ruiru constituency, Gatundu South constituency, and Gatundu North constituency. These 5 constituencies have a combined population of 1,187,860 people, according to the 2019 population census. A population that is more than double that of Tana River, Samburu, Isiolo, Tharaka Nithi, and Lamu counties, and bigger than that of Mandera, Wajir, and Kwale counties. Kiambu County alone has a population of 2.4 million people, thus straining service delivery, sharing of opportunities, resource allocation and distribution, and infrastructure development. The 5 constituencies have enjoyed rich cultural, socio, political, economic, and historical administrative ties right from when Thika district was formed in 1933 to the time when they all belonged to Gatundu constituency after independence, and later former larger Juja constituency, and share both physical and human infrastructure. Historically, Thika existed as a district for 33 years between 1933 and 1966. At independence in 1963, the central region had 6 districts, namely Fort Hall District, which is currently known as Murang'a, Kiambu District, Kirinyaga District, Nyandarua District, Nyeri District, and Thika District. Thika people became the first political and administrative casualties of historical, post-colonial, political, and social injustices in the politics of district boundaries and identity when a motion was presented to Parliament in 1966 by the then Member of Parliament for Kandara, Bildad Kagea, in reference to the district boundary between Kiambu and Murang'a. This motion resulted in dissolution of Thika district when the boundary for Murang'a and Kiambu was set at Chania River and the territory of Thika shared between Kiambu and Murang'a district. The former large district, Thika district people became disenfranchised. Numerous efforts to correct this anomaly, including during the negotiation on the number and naming of counties, did not bear fruit. The negotiations on the run-up to the 2010 Constitution that agreed to adopt the Districts and Provinces Act No. 5 of 1992 to be the 47 counties that were formed later failed to appreciate and take into account that Thika had existed as a district before and after independence. We have prepared a petition pursuant to Article 119, subsection 1 of the Constitution, and Section 3 of the Petitions to Parliament Procedural Act, and pursuant to Article 188 of the Constitution, to be presented to both houses of Parliament, specifically the Senate. Today, we commence the official sensitization in both mainstream and social media as we engage. The petition will help the people of the former larger Thika district to finally address, among others, historical, administrative, social, and political injustices, human dignity, inclusivity and equality, accessible services, and realize the objects of devolution as provided in Article 174, fair and just representation, equitable allocation and distribution of national and local resources, and the right to manage their own affairs and further their development. We look forward to further engagements on the many media platforms. As the words of the Holy Bible say, let justice flow down like a river and righteousness like a mighty stream.